Welcome guys, welcome to the Barnes Way. I'm Conrad Barnes and I am a officially 30-year-old first year medical student. I thought I'd check in with you guys because it's been a hot minute since I've been on the platform. I'll probably do a video to give you guys an update on what I've been up to, what's been happening in life. But today I thought, you know what, I'll grab the camera and sit down and talk to you guys about something. It's a little bit of an elephant in the room, but we'll see how it goes. Please do excuse the bewildered look. I'm currently in my full Tom Hanks era. So if I'm in my Tom Hanks era, does that make B Wilson? Yeah, she's probably my Wilson. Anyways, movie references aside, I was having a conversation with someone and they brought it to light that I haven't really explained why I'm doing what I'm doing. So for those of you who have been following our story up until now, you'll know back in our first video, you'll have the bigger picture, the macro perspective, the beautiful concept as to why we're here. But there's a lot more depth to this decision, and that's kind of what I want to address in this video. So if you haven't watched that video, I suggest you do that now. And you know what? Let's go watch it. I'll go watch it with you. Just lose it all, you become convicted in what you really want to do. But in the end, he came through, just like he said. So this is a story about happiness, about the times when it does work out, where all the pain, rejection, and doubt solidifies into a moment of fulfillment. So as you can see, that's real tears. Unlike the post-production Photoshop edits my wife made of my wedding photos and wedding video. Don't believe the hype, it's all fake news. So now let's talk about the not so bigger picture. So these are the reasons why I decided to become a medical student at 30 years old. So reason number one, purpose. Yeah, that's about it, guys. I think we go through life searching for something. Searching for love, to fit in, belonging, a greater power, higher power. For me, growing up, I always knew there was something. There was something more. And it took me about 10 years to figure this out. To figure out what my purpose is. And unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, purpose just ended up being medicine. All right, so let's talk about purpose. Purpose is this thing that gets thrown around. That's pretty cool for motivational videos and Instagram reels. But what is purpose when you really break it down? I had to figure that out, particularly deciding to do medicine at this point in my life, given everything that I've been through. And in short, purpose for me is basically the point where practicality meets potential. And figuring out that particular concept was really the game changer for me. All right, so what I meant with that is you've got your practical side of things. That's realism. That's the realistic thing that we hold on to, knowing that there's only so much we can do. That's just life, though. And then we've got the potential side of things. In the potential side of things, that's where we house our dreams, our ambition, whatever it might be that we want to accomplish. The stuff that we dreamt about when we were kids growing up, or even now. And right in the middle where those two things meet, that's where purpose is. And that's where I had to find myself before pursuing medicine. Because it was only medicine that ticked that specific box. Now granted, I understand this is very specific and niche to my situation. But if we dive deeper into my situation, if we look at my story, the adversity, the cards that I've been dealt, you might see some similarities. Which brings me to my next point as to why I decided to do medical school as a 30-year-old. And it just really boils down to legacy. And I'm not talking about my legacy. History will decide that. I'm talking about my parents' legacy and their parents and the community I come from. Because honestly, growing up in Narva Wolfish Bay, the odds of making it out are slim to none, man. So who am I not to act on that potential as practically as possible? Who am I not to give it everything that I have and then some? Because I have a duty to honor their legacy. Now granted, I know this is very niche to me and my story, again, but if I can use this platform on this international stage to just inspire one person back home in my community, where he or she can look at a screen and see someone that looks like them, talks like them, has the same hair, has the same accent, fulfilling that potential, regardless of practicality, I think that would be a life worth living. And last but not least, and if I had to pick one reason, this is probably the reason as to why I decided to become a medical student at 30. Because I wanted to, bro. It really is that straightforward. I think we go through life having a shit ton of stuff that we have to do, and then a shit ton of stuff that we don't want to do. And we sort of have this little bit of grace for the things that we really want to do. And some of us go through life never really doing what we want to do. So when you get a second lease on life, like I was blessed to have, you kind of prioritize that spot, that sweet spot. Because ultimately, this thing could blow up in our face. I mean, we sacrificed a beautiful home, 2 great jobs, an amazing support system, friends and family, settled to start over. But that was a risk we're willing to take. We only get one shot at this, man. Life is by no means linear. Nothing that I've ever done all the way through high school to now has ever been straightforward. And I wouldn't just do it to go against the grain or to be ironic or to not be like everyone else. I would just do what I felt was right and figure it out. And sometimes that led to losses, but sometimes it led to wins. And I'm a big believer that those wins compound. And I think me sitting here is testament to that fact. So will this work out? Who knows? Will I be a successful doctor? I don't know. Will I even just make it through first year? That remains to be seen. But until that day, until we get to that bridge, until we have to cross that, I'm just gonna do it, bro. And that's my message for you. If you can take anything from this video, anything at all, if you put all my philosophical ideas aside and you just hone in and focus in on this one point, just ask yourself, what is your purpose? What do you really want to do? You'd be surprised where that train of thought might lead you. But as for me, I'm gonna fuck around and find out, boy. Peace.